What do you call Batman when he skips church? I don't know. Christian Bale. You're this close to being banned. All right, let's do this. Let's do the tune share thing. You guys know how it works. You type !raffle in the chat. I raffle you, and we do the thing. We talk about music, and we meme. Did you hear about the cow that graduated from Harvard? She was found outstanding in her field. All right, MSP is up first. On deck after MSP, we have Silencer Sam. Go ahead and link me up, Sam. You're on deck. All right, this one from MSP. Track is called Uptown. And we're off today. We're off to the races. Let me turn it down and see if it's still distorting like crazy. Yeah, it is. This would be great if it weren't blown out, I agree. You pushed into a clipper way too hard on this bad boy. You shouldn't be... So, on masters, I usually do clipper and then limiter. And on the clipper, what Bukez has showed me is you really don't want to clip more than 1 to 2 decibels. It's really just to catch the super high peaks from going into your limiter, and that way your limiter can perform better. What's in your master channel? Let's talk about that. Because yeah, the tune is awesome. Hey, Spacey Jones, thank you for 8 months. Next month, we're going to have a baby. So get the crib ready. Oh, wait a minute. It's 33 months. 8-month streak. Holy shit, Spacey. That's much longer than I expected. What's the difference between a clipper and a limiter? It's not a stupid question, and I'll explain in a second. XP, this is solid. Again, the master's not helping it, and I do agree with Sam Serif that, especially in the breakdown, you could use some like down fallers and risers. So a faller would be at the start of the breakdown, and a riser would obviously be before the second drop. But besides that, I think for the most part, this is a solid beat, and it seems like the mix is pretty solid too. But it's definitely clipping. So real quick, somebody asked about the difference between limiting and clipping. So the main difference is clipping is a distortion and limiting is a volume. So let me load up just like a drum kit here. Okay. So putting a clipper on this, let's go ahead and put a volume analyzer at the end of this. Bruh, slow down. Okay, let me also lower it just a little bit so that way we have some headroom. Machinatrix, thank you so much for 26 months. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. So, a clipper. You see how the snare and the kick are louder than the hi-hat? Let's go ahead and grab a clipper. If I put a clipper here, you hear the distortion? It's literally cutting the top of the wave. It's just taking whatever's at the top of the wave and chopping it off and trying to fill in the blanks with a straight line, if that makes sense. So if I do a quick drawing. It would be, if this is our wave, and it goes like this, and then it gets louder here, and it goes like this, and like this. So if you put a clipper on it, a clipper will literally cut this like this, right? And then it creates distortion where you're cutting it. A limiter, on the other hand, is just a volume reducer. So a limiter, if you had a wave like this, what it would do is it wouldn't cut and distort. It would literally just reduce the volume of that part. Now, where that becomes an issue is if you have more than one element inside a limiter, and it's not usually an issue, but let's say your kick drum was really loud and compared to your bass or whatever it is. So what would happen is when your kick drum plays, it would duck, right? It would make everything go down in volume. And that includes your bass. So the problem with limiting is if you use a limiter on multiple objects and you're not using it properly, you can end up with what's called ducking, and that's not going to help anybody. So let me really quick, I can put a limiter on this just to show you the difference. Let's grab just the L1 or something. Oh, this could work. Okay. So the clipper is bypassed. Let's reduce the threshold. So you can see with a limiter, the volume tops are just like they were with the clipper for the most part. And a limiter is, again, it's going to reduce distortion as much as possible because it's, for the most part, just reducing volume. And once again, the clipper, it creates distortion while doing its job. And also there's a soft clip and a hard clip. So a hard clip will cut everything above this line, right? A soft clip is a little bit softer as the name implies. So it gives you a wider range of dynamics while still cutting. So if we take a look at the volume range again, this is with the soft clip. Oh, sorry, this is with the soft clip. This is without. Without. So yeah, that's the main difference between clipping and limiting. I hope that helped. Whoever asked that, I forgot who it was. Shark says, did somebody say distortion? What's up, man? 29 months. I appreciate that, Shark. I hope you're feeling better, dude. Tape saturation is a form of clipping, right? Well, yes. Distortion is a form of clipping, and clipping is a form of clipping is a form of distortion. Not all distortion is a clipping. At least I don't think. But saturation and clipping are slightly different things. Anyway, thank you for sharing that. And cool. Up now we've got Sam. And on deck after Silencer Sam, we've got the real Unk. He's a government agent. What's up, Goldwire? All right, this one from Sam. Track is called In the Dark. He said, second track I'm working on for an EP I'm putting together. All right, let's take a listen. I can say besides that vocal needing a limiter is I kind of want some higher pitched sounds as well, especially in the second drop. So, I mean, I'm going to fill it in with that burial sound. Let me do that real quick. So yeah, just something with like a higher pitch. Even just like something that you could easily make sine wave with a short attack, so it basically clicks. A bunch of reverb. And then like whatever, limiter or Twitch. Thank you so much for the 7 months. I appreciate it. Without all the clipping bullshit. With some ping pong? Yeah, that would actually be pretty nice with some ping pong. Let's do that. Some ping pong. You could argue for days reverb before delay or delay after reverb, but it's the same shit. Ping ponga? Love me some ping ponga. What's up, Bukas? If you guys don't know, please find out. Bukas streams. He's a great streamer. Very, very handsome. I gotta remember what key this is in. There we go. And again, if you don't really like the click, you can just bring up the attack. This is Reason. Reason 10, I believe. Reason 11? What are we on? Reason 11. Thank you for sharing, Sam. Basically ready to go. Limiter on the second vocals and a little more interest on the second drop, maybe with some high-pitched stuff. All right, let's see if anything in the chat that I missed. Ashes, yeah, thank you for being here. All right, solid. Up now, we've got the real Unk, Senor Uncle. And on deck, we've got Waylo. Go ahead and link me up, Waylo. Stoked to hear what you got. This one from Uncommon Sense. Track is called Triplet Whip. Probably a working title. Work in progress I started today. Stoked, let's check it out. Started this 2 hours ago. Hell yeah. The kick sticks out above the snare of words. The kick sticks a bit above the sub. I'm curious as to the opinion on this. So here's the thing. For a pre-master, I always think it's better to have a little more dynamics on your kick and your snare than you would maybe expect to, because again, it's easier to, I'll do a little drawing because people might have not seen this one. One of my little doodles. If your kick, let's make here's your track really quick. These are two track mixdowns. Here's track 1. Here's track 2. Right now, let's put a kick and a snare on this one, which are too quiet for the mix. Kick, snare, okay. Kick, snare. Now, when you make this louder, no matter what you do, you cannot make the kick as in a mixdown, in like an export, you cannot make the kick any louder than this. So you have no choice as to the ratio between the kick and the rest of the snare and the rest of the track. Whereas if you have your kick a bit above the dynamic range of your track and your snare, when you get to the final, mastering of it, you can decide how much kick and snare you want. If you don't want any kick and snare, you can cut it down like that. But at least this gives you the option of deciding how much kick and snare you want to stick through. So I always think it's a good idea to, again, have a little bit more kick and snare than you expect. Serpent, thank you so much for the 38 months there. Cracks Monster Energy. So the thing about this is, though, there's 2 parts to a kick, in my opinion. There's the upper part of the kick and the sub part of the kick. Now, in this track, the upper part of the kick is way loud and the sub is way quiet. So what I can see is, let me try to pull out a kick here. Yeah, I don't know. I think the kick could use a little bit more low end and then maybe volume down a decibel or 2. It's really hard to tell with a kick what exactly you need to do. But yeah, I think that something needs to be done with the kick. And I also agree with Bukez. There needs to be a little bit more motion on the hi-hats and stuff. So like, let's pull in another layer really quick. Let's set it to 1/8. Let's grab like a shaker and a hi-hat. So what he's saying is you could put some kind of phaser or flanger on this. Let's go with a phaser. Now let's layer this in. Let's also give this a little bit of a room. If you guys don't know about convolution, I love doing convolution on hi-hats just a little bit. So a convolution is basically a reverb with 0 decay. So it puts the sound into a room, basically. Let's turn up the volume a little bit. Now let's try to layer this above it. Without. With. Spring hats. This is kind of too many hats for a spring, but let's do it. sounds more alive. So obviously, I mean, I'm adding a whole layer of different dynamics on the top end. You know, there's shakes, there's stuff. I also think obviously velocity changes in hi-hats is really important. But yeah, overall, I agree with Bukas. There needs to be a little bit more movement on top of the hi-hats and stuff. Holy shit, Hashkey, 19 months. I feel like I haven't seen you in stream in a while. Good to have you. Convolution can have decay. It just means it's FFT filter bank. So a convolution is essentially an impulse of a room. It can have a tail. You're right, it can. Like if I do this, it can have a tail. But when I use convolution for the most part to bring a sound into a space, I'll have the decay all the way down. And so it's like if you turn it all the way up, it's obviously too extreme. So I usually like to bring it down anywhere between 30% and 40%. So here's without it. Just very digital and bright. And with it, it not only softens the sound, but it gives it a tiny bit of stereo field that you don't normally have on it. I feel like that's messing my perception of the low end now in a good way. Yeah, again, dude, it's like if you can't make the kick sit better with just making the sub louder and lowering the kick as a whole, you might look into different kicks. Like there's only so much you can do to fix a kick, right? I made the analogy. You can't turn an apple into a banana. So maybe just find a banana. Talking about adding type of early reflections. Essentially, it is an early reflection, but it's an early reflection without a delay. Usually, an early reflection is something that happens with a reverb, where it's the hit, the early reflection, and then the main reverb. Whereas this is like the early reflection happens at the hit. There's some decent free ones out there. Yeah, there's if you're looking for a free impulse thing, let me find out. Got a name. Convology XT, I believe, is free. Can someone Google that? Convology XT. And it comes with some free ones. I think you can expand the bank and stuff. Convo is like a full spectrum EQ where all the points on the EQ shift with the contour of the impulse. Yeah. So the impulse decides what the shape is of the EQ. But yeah, it's FFT, so it's not just an EQ. It's a fully it's like a fully intact full range dynamic changer or equalizing changer. So it's not something you could just do with an EQ. You'd get phasing problems. So convolution is a special way to do that. Convology, is it free? Is it free? Yeah, free plugin. Go grab that. It's really good for all sorts of things, not just convolutions, but also some kind of reverbs. All right, cool. Thank you so much. If you have any other questions, please direct them to my receptionist. All right. Every DAW has a spring reverb somewhere. Yeah, but honestly, the Audio Thing Springs is the best spring reverb you can buy. Way better than PSP and half the price. Like, if I could return PSP reverb, I would have. Not sure if Trash is still free. Not sure if Trash is still free with a purchase of Plugin Boutique. Yeah, Trash is great in general. It also has convolution. I'm mad thankful for some of the names I see in here who keep showing up and supporting on my stream. Yeah, dude, your channel's only going to grow. Like, your channel has so much potential, and it's only going to grow, especially if you do, specific, at least one specifically timed stream a week, if not more than one. But, you can stream whenever you want, but at least have one time a week where you do something to interact with the people that makes them want to come in. Bring back challenges. Yes. Also, you guys, I'm an idiot. Whoever was on deck has to relink me. And whoever raffled needs to re-raffle. because I'm a idiot and I closed the raffle. I am big dumb. His channel is right there. I linked it up. Bring challenges back. Honestly, I need to bring back production in general onto the stream. I'm just like, I don't know. To be honest, since November up until now, I've made more like heavy metal songs than I have dubstep songs. And I ordered a new guitar that should be coming tomorrow. So I might even do like a metal stream once in a while. But yeah, I agree. Bring back challenges. I miss challenges as well. All right, Waylo is on deck. That's right. On deck after Waylo, we have Jay Hempel. Once again, if anybody didn't hear me, hello, in the background. You got this in a tab in the background. You need to re-raffle. Stop looking at porn and re-raffle. All right, this one from Waylo, it says, it's One Love, Gray Moon, and Waylo. And it's a home master. Let's check it out. The track is called One Love. The track is called One Love by Gray Moon and Waylo. Dude, solid track. So we got a couple things to talk about. Yeah, the intro, that flute in general. Let's grab a soothe. Soot. Let's see, first of all, where is that sound? It's about 640 hertz. Let's open up Soot. 640 is from here to about here. So yeah, all this extra obviously I wouldn't be doing this on the master, I would be doing it on the flute channel itself. But yeah, I think besides the flute needing to come down a little bit, I just gotta say, like, the kick, this song is better than the kick is. Like, this song deserves a better kick because the rest of the song is great and just the kick is a little bit distracting. Now, here's the thing. If you're going for like an old school feel, then leave the kick as it is because a lot of dubstep in the earlier times, is just, they put reverb on whatever the fuck you want. And the mixdowns weren't as clean, but they were definitely moody and had their own character to them. I haven't processed the flute. Yeah. So yeah, there's a little bit of cleaning up to be done. And I don't know, I just think the kick needs to be like a darker, deeper kick than it is there. But that's your call in the end. Yeah, I don't have much else unless you want to talk about something. So yeah, Waylo, I think the kick in the intro could be fine reverbed, and then that way when it gets to the drop and you have a different kick, it's even more tight. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a contrast where the intro drums are like more vintage, realistic rock and roll, or not rock and roll, a reggae track drums, and then the drop itself again would have a much tighter kick and snare that will really bring the track to a new level. Solid track either way. What's up, Lita? All right. We've got Jay Hempel up. Hempel, you got a link for me? Here we go. And on deck after Jay Hempel, we've got Blotters. Go ahead and link me up. All right, this one from Jay Hempel. I'll tell you what, this looks a little bit chunky to me. I'll tell you what. Dang dubstep. Oh shit. Sorry, real quick. Big Mood, thank you so much for the host and the raid. I'm not sure if you guys know, but Big Mood does a lot of good DJing on his stream. I'm not sure if he does anything else, but I know he does some solid DJing. I appreciate you coming by. This is a solid track, Hempel. So yeah, stop. So I think, the snare, besides it being a little bit strange that you go from like the trap clap or the 808 clap to the snare and back and forth, I think it's a little bit jarring. The snare in itself, like I could hear that it's, real live kit or whatever it is, whatever plugin you're using, but the processing on the snare is not helping for this genre. It sounds like a rock and roll snare, whereas this is obviously like a EDM, hip hop, trap, deep, whatever you want to call it type of beat. So again, that's your call. But I think if you are going to keep the real snare, you've got to make a decision between that and the trap beat. Because my personal opinion, I don't think they line up together very much. And what I would do is I would have the real drum kit in the beginning of the song, and then once the song drops into the bass, which I love how deep it is, and I love the vocals, then you could switch over to the EDM or 808 drum set. But that being said, I think for the most part, this track has a decent mix down. Yeah, it's just the snare really throwing me off. But yeah, dude, I don't have much else to say. It's a solid track. I appreciate you sharing it. All right, let's see. We got Blotters up. Just catching up with chat. And on deck after Blotters, we've got the man Choppy Oppy. Hell yeah. This one from Blotters called Run With Us. Wave 2. Bruv, is this like the new type of wave, mate? Is this like you using wave 1, mate? Nah, get to wave 2, bruv. It's like next level shit, man. Mate, what? Mate, what the fuck, mate? Blotter said he doesn't like the pre-drop in this.
Put on the F1 and the rhythm start.
I don't see what's wrong with this pre-drop. I don't see what's wrong with this pre-drop. Hexic, 28 months. 28 slappers, boyo. I like it. Thank you so much for the support. Bukas, you should also consider doing a live set on your stream. Like, make a flyer and everything, hype it up, and say that donations are really helpful. Shit. I would donate to watch you play a live set.
Put on the F1 and the rhythm start.
Yeah, dude, this track is really mice. It's a lot of rodent. So yeah, there's not much I can say. This track works as is. You know, you could always add more things, but I don't think it needs anything. Like you could add more things, but I don't think it needs anything. I think this track works as is, and I don't know. It's really good. The only thing I could say is for the second drop, I would kind of switch it up a little bit and really think about doing something different, because you can think of the second drop as like a VIP or remixing your own track into something different. You have all the elements there and you just rewrite them in a different way. Yeah, I think this is a solid track. Not much else I could say about it. We got Choppy up on deck, or up right now, and on deck after Choppy, we've got Sherwood. Go ahead and link me up, Sherwood. This one from Choppy Yoppy. No mix down yet. Still a whip for a grime collab. Vocals are a placeholder for the writing process. All right, let's check it out. Which of the 20 grime acapellas that everyone uses will this have on it?
Yo. Are you high blood? I big up Dex Blizzard, yeah, Royal Rumble business. You know it involves nothing long, headlock, full Nelson. Oi, Dimples. Man, I'd rather be out in Miami. E on the beach, got peas, ass iron. Ian, doesn't mean we don't get hungry. I run up in your base with me and 3 other goons hold metal like cranes. See everyone splurt till you can't even see them. I'm sincere, make niggas run like DM. See how I got shit locked to remember. I'm Frank Slicey, you might see me high in the ride when the next man's BM. At first I wore glasses like Clark Kent, then I took them off and now I'm back like Superman. Forget supercars, I come through with 8 niggas strong, weeded up in a super van. I know girls who went abroad on business like PMs, got banged up for bringing in Yayo like EM. In beef it's a first round KO, head might fly cause of money that day, yo. Others wear tracksuits they've had for 4 years, I come through with something that's barely a day old. Got a problem, say so, to the fiends in my ends, it's Christmas when I re-up. And times no issue, I'm grinding, I'll be up. Fighting the sleep like arms out, knee up. And don't take cause they rarely pay out, but want this and that like a kid on a day out. Me, I'm not shy, I'll say out loud and roll through with a diamond ring that's way out. So when you see me, embrace the presence, a legend. I rep way before them and I'm in the game, please stay out. Other guys are out in the cold, there's a quote they can lay out.
That impact right there needs to be harder.
You know it involves nothing long, headlock, full Nelson. Oi, Dimples. Man, I'd rather be out in Miami. E on the beach, got peas, ass iron. Ian, doesn't mean we don't get hungry. I run up in your base with me and 3 other goons hold metal like cranes. See everyone splurt till you can't even see them. I'm sincere, make niggas run like DM. See how I got shit locked to remember. I'm Frank Slicey, you might see me high in the ride when the next man's BM. At first I wore glasses like Clark Kent, then I took them off and now I'm back like Superman. Forget supercars, I come through with 8 niggas strong, weeded up in a super van. I know girls who went abroad on business like PMs, got banged up for bringing in Yayo like EM. In beef it's a first round KO, head might fly cause of money that day, yo. Others wear tracksuits they've had for 4 years, I come through with something that's barely a day old. Got a problem, say so, to the fiends in my ends, it's Christmas when I re-up. And times no issue, I'm grinding, I'll be up. Fighting the sleep like arms out, knee up. And don't take cause they rarely pay out, but want this and that like a kid on a day out. Me, I'm not shy, I'll say out loud and roll through with a diamond ring that's way out. So when you see me, embrace the presence, a legend. I rep way before them and I'm in the game, please stay out. Other guys are out in the cold, there's a quote they can lay out. Man, I'd rather be out in Miami. E on the beach, got peas, ass iron. Ian, doesn't mean we don't get hungry. I run up in your base with me and 3 other goons hold metal like cranes. See everyone splurt till you can't even see them. I'm sincere, make niggas run like DM. See how I got shit locked to remember.
So yeah, the only thing I could think is that, I mean, the mixdown is solid. There's two things I could think of. Thank you for the 25 bits, lol x mine, and Zach, 60 months. It's good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much for coming in. Sending the Veet Sands vocals to. Sorry, I missed it. To Revibes or Revibes. Yeah, I mean, look, as is, it's fine. If this was my track, I would do two things. I would do a more aggressive clap on top of that. And also, a lot of times in grime, you get the double clap.
Man, I'd rather be out in Miami. E on the beach, got peas, ask I am. Ian, doesn't mean we don't get hungry. I run up in your base with Neon. 3 other goons hold metal like cream. See everyone splurt to your can't.
Your call. And then the other thing that I would do is possibly consider bringing the sub up into a limiter.
Can't even see him. I'm sincere. Make niggas run like DM. See how I got shit locked to remember. I'm Frank Slicey, you might see me high.
Right, let me rewind a bit.
Yeah, and don't take cause they rarely pay out. But want this and that like a kid on a day out. Me, I'm not shy, I'll say out loud and roll through with a diamond ring that's way out. So when you see me, embrace the present.
Let's take a look at your sub bass. Here you can see your kick drum, and then these little guys, and also this big guy is your sub bass. So what you want to do is probably at least make sure that these little guys are as loud as this guy, and then you could bring all of them up to be just a little bit quieter than the kick drum. But I think that the actual sub bass itself really needs a little bit of love on there. Soft clip, no, this would be more a thing for a limiter to do. Soft clip on sub bass is, you know, it can be good. The only time I would put a soft clip on a sub bass is if I then EQ the crap out of it. So let me show you what I mean. You have a sub bass and you put a clipper on it. That doesn't sound very good. But if you go ahead and you put an EQ on it to cut out all the garbage, that could be nice. Gotta look, yep, Paradise knows. But yeah, otherwise, dude, it's a really solid track. Doesn't it ruin the sine wave? I mean, it doesn't ruin it per se. Only if you... It does saturate it. It turns it from less of a sine wave into more of a square wave, right? Because that's what a clipper does. It'll take the tops of your sound and cut them and cut them and cut them. So instead of having a curve on top, it's up and then a cross and then down. So, you know, it depends on what you need it to do. But for the most part, you can put a clipper on top of a sub. But again, do what I do and then just cut out all the crap on top. The thing you want to be careful is when your harmonics are louder than your sub. 100%, yeah. To give an example of that, the Maelstrom, you can easily do that by accident. If you grab a sub bass, you put it into the sine saturation, bring up the EQ. So you got your sine saturation, bringing in harmonic. This is too much. Maybe in trap music, you can have the root note as loud as the harmonic, but for deep music, you want it to have a nice ratio. And then this, obviously, where the harmonic is louder than the root, that's a no bueno. That's a no good. Does clipping a sub, then dipping the harmonics return some of the dynamics of the sub? I'm not sure what you're asking. Let me load up a dunker, and we could try something really quick. Because I was just doing it on a, just a clean sine wave. This is already a little bit distorting because of the limiter. Let's go ahead and grab a clipper. And let's grab a volume utility to see what we're doing here. Okay, now let's put an EQ after it. It shouldn't, though. No, it shouldn't. This shouldn't be a problem. You just got to be careful of that first harmonic, because it creates a lot of boom. Using different clippers can help different algorithms give different results. Yeah. So if you're using free clip, there's a whole bunch of algorithms that you can use on top. And then the more master square. So here's the thing, Zeke. Another thing to consider is that for the most part, if you load up a square wave, let's load up a square wave in Serum. Serim, as some people call it. And this is just something off the top of my head. I could be wrong, but let's experiment. So if we have a square wave, and let's go ahead back to Spectre, you can see it's obviously square. Now, if you EQ the top of a square, it should turn into a sine. Let's check this. Yeah, you see how it's smooth now? How? Because partials. Because of partials. If you learn about partials, which, so additive synthesis, like I believe Harmor is additive synthesis, Reactor can have additive synthesis. Basically what that means is, what you don't realize is that a square wave is made up of a bunch of sine waves, right? So if this is a square wave and I just do this, it's just a bunch of sine waves stacked. I think there's actually a talk that Andrew Wang does. Let me just double check because it's really useful. Sine partials. Andrew Wang, sine partials. All right, maybe not, but this should probably explain it better.
Apple.
So I'll link this in the chat. I haven't watched this, but I assume it's good. All right, guys, real quick. I've been live for an hour, so I'm going to take a break. On break, we're going to listen to some new WidFam stuff. This is a release coming out December 22nd. And this is a remix from DMTR on Nolith's track Halogen. So here we go. We're going to take a listen to this, and I'll be right back. I'll link this up in the chat. We got a whole bunch of releases coming out on WidFan. We got things planned for a bunch of months, so appreciate everybody's support on that. Once again, it's been amazing how many new artists and support we've been able to achieve with just a little bit of help from Alabamity and Sutex and Zeke. All right, thank you so much for that, Nolith and DMTR. Up now, we've got Sherwood. On deck after Sherwood. Wait, what? My raffles. What? Wait, why is it stuck? Oh, here we go. On deck after Sherwood, we've got Hexic. Go ahead and link me up, Hexic. All right. This one from Sherwood. Needs name December 16th, 20, version 1, whip. Limiter on master, not mixed. Okay. It looks like, you put a limiter on the master, but it looks like you did the right amount of limiting. I could see dynamic still. And then it just ends. Just like my will to live. Oh my god, I'm kidding. Listen, this is awesome. The only issue I have with it is that. Because it gets louder than the drop. Everything else is really solid. And yeah, Zeke or whoever it was earlier that asked, here's the video that I recommend most about sign partials and stuff like that. Because I've watched that one. I'm not sure about the other one. Yeah, Sherwood. Not much else to say. I think that's it. I think that's about it. Appreciate you sharing it. All right, we got Hexic up right now, and on deck after Hexic, Serpentize. You are a on-decker. You are an upper decker. All right. We got one from Hexic. I always love Hexic's music. Matey, this be needing some mixing. Please send help.
The sea, she don't feel right. I can feel it in me peg leg. There's a huge fish below. We'll hoist him in tails. To the left, you idiots. Arr, I won't have her getting away on me. Sweet Davy Jones Locker. That ain't no fish. Men, you must resist her call. She's trying to bring you into the water. Don't listen to her song. We're gonna fight back. Prime the cannons. Arm the harpoon. Tonight, we're having her fade. her again. She's gone, but not for long. We lost a lot of good men today. Those landowners be with the tides now. She'll be back soon, and not alone. Prepare yourselves. It looks like our crew is with her now. Davy Jones be wanting these souls back. Let's give him a hand. Defend the ship. Stand your ground. Send them to the locker.
Dude, this is incredible. I do agree about having more highs on the snare. Just a tiny, teeny weeny bit more highs.
The captain always goes down with his ship.
So yeah, I would consider making two versions because I think like some people wouldn't play this live because of how many vocals it has and it being silly and stuff. But I personally, it's as a listen by itself, I think the vocals make it immersive and make it fun. And like, that's kind of your thing is from the last bunch of tracks that you've made is, it's kind of like almost cartoony, but in a good way. And I'm all about that, like getting super into the immersion of what the track should be. The only thing I could think of besides the snare needing a tiny bit of highs is the vocal itself gets lost in the pre-drop.
On the harpoon, we're having mermaid. On the harpoon, tonight, we're having mermaid.
Just a little bit. Like I can hear that he say tonight we're having mermaid, but just a teeny weeny bit. You could release this as a single with an instrumental dub on the flip. Yeah. Again, it's up to you. I think for a single listen, this is perfect. For a DJ, this might be a bit divisive and might stop them from playing it because of the vocal. But again, it's your call. Whittler, I've been listening to you for years and recently found out you stream. Thanks for doing what you do. Hell yeah. I've been streaming for like 7 years. So welcome. It's amazing how people are still finding out about it. So I'm glad. Gotta make the Radio Disney version and then the dubstep nightclub version. Hexic, either way, solid track. I really enjoyed it. I always have fun listening to your music. It makes me feel stuff that other music doesn't because of its, it puts pictures in your head. It really does. So, all right. Thank you for sharing. And be sure to swab the poop deck, matey. All right, we got Serpent Eyes up right now. On deck after Serpent Eyes, we've got Shepson. Go ahead and look me up, Shepson. This one from Serpent Eyes. The track is called Endless Horizons, the work in progress, and it's a home master. Again, this feels solid. I don't disagree with Loveless about adding like a, you know, one of those like rock. I don't know what to call it, but like I'm not gonna even try to make it right now, but I'll try to mouth it. So I don't necessarily think the Reese that I pulled up is the best Reese, and it should open up that wide in the filter, but essentially that's I think what Loveless is talking about, and I agree, like that you could just really throw in once in a while. You don't have to overdo it, but but yeah, dude, the vibes on this I love. I know that the emptiness and the melody might be a bit divisive, but personally for me, I think that the emptiness and the space and the weirdness, not the weirdness, but like the open-endedness of the melody and stuff are what give this an authentic vibe. I think if there were just like a simple melody with the same looping and stuff, it would make this track a little bit more stock. So, but again, that's just my opinion. Some counter melodies with like a flute playing some quick dyads. Let's try that. What's a dyad? Is that like a triad, but it's dead? Let's see what happens if we put a little bit of ember tone flute on this. Best flute for contact you can get. Two nert chord. Let me see if I could actually make this. Let's see. Something like that, right? Trills are always nice. Look, Alabamity as is, Serpentize, TJ, whatever your name is. As is, I think it works. But there are new levels that you could add to it. You know, like Vapor Cruise said, some kind of counter melody, at least with like some kind of flutes. And also, I think, yeah, the idea that Levels had of like some kind of Reese mid bass, you know, pulling in and out, some nice filter opening could be really cool. Can I just send it to you and you do the flutes? Yeah, and then I'll send you back the flutes. I don't mind. You just got to figure out where you want them and stuff. Like if you could, what you could do, Alabamity, Serpentize, TJ, is send them out in MIDI. You know, like record it on top of your beat with MIDI, and then send me the MIDI too, and I can like figure it out. Shark says send it to me in Allied Reese's. Cool. What pack is this from? It's from Embertone. It's only for Contact, unfortunately, but it's Embertone Crystal Flute, and in my opinion, it's the most fun flute to have because it's got really good articulation, and it's got really good trills or legatos. Are there any new Till the Cows Come Home tunes? Uncle Kev, I'm waiting for tomorrow for my new guitar to arrive, and then we're going to do some more. And also, I found out there's a Scream subreddit, so I might hire someone from there. I'm going to, like, you know, put up a wanted ad. What guitar did you get? I forgot what it's called. It's like a super cheap guitar. And by cheap, I mean inexpensive. A J Series Dinky Archtop JS22 HT AH Satin Black. This bad boy. I've never had a 7-string, and I've always wanted one. So this is going to be my first 7-string. And apparently it's the best budget 7-string you can get. So I'm stoked on it. Write some more death metal, hardcore, and gent. All right, we got Shepson up. Gonna learn some gent. I mean, I like have some decent recordings already for that band, but I definitely want to get like a little bit more practice in on the guitar. I've got it. I haven't played guitar in like 8 to 10 years, so there is practice to be had. If you want to talk, though, about Till the Cows Come Home, hit me up on Discord in like one of the channels, random channels, and we can talk. All right. We got Shepson up on deck. We've got Nolith. Kilmore, I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate it. You got an S7 Hellraiser? What is that? S7 Hellraiser. All I'm getting is a t-shirt and Samsung cases. Oh, here we go. Schecter. Schecter. Yeah, this is a nice guitar. This here's a nice guitar, but I can't afford to put down money like this on a guitar. Not at the moment. It's a thing. My guitar costs like $99. What kind of guitar is it? Ukulele? All right, we got Nolith on deck. You don't like EMGs? I mean, to be fair, they have a very specific sound. I bought a BC Rich a while ago, and besides it being heavy as fuck because it's made of whatever it's made of, adamantium. I actually liked the EMGs on it because it gave me like this Metallica kind of tone, bruv. They are really, really digital sounding. All right, anyway. I think I'll do a heavy metal guitar type of stream after I get my guitar and alienate all my dubstep listeners. All right, we've got Shepson up. This track is called Earthbound Work in Progress. He says, work in progress I've been working on the last 2 days, not finished, but feel free to download. I'm going to download it so we can listen to it in Reason, and that way if there's anything we can improve on, I can just do it right there in the DAW. Nalith, you're on deck. Nice one, bruv. Nalith, if you're here, you are on the deck. Pooping the swab deck.
Get out of this earthbound state when you rise to the sensitivity of that mixed planet.
This is solid. I feel like the limiter is maybe pumping a bit. Like, I know it's not that loud and you put a limiter on it, but I feel like it's maybe pumping a hair. Hats are a little piercy. Yeah, I think the drums in general are much louder than the music. So we can talk about that in a second.
Get out of this earthbound state when you rise to the sensitivity of that mixed planet. Solid. So real quick, let me just try and use a multiband to try and upward compress everything but the drums. I don't think it's going to work too well, but it's worth a shot. First, let's take care of those hats a bit. And then this area right here. All right, so here's what I wanted to talk about between your drums and your music. So let's say this is this barcode right here is your drums: kick, hi-hat, snare, hi-hat, kick, hi-hat, snare. What I'm gonna draw here is your sub bass. Your sub bass is nice and loud as well. Sub bass is like here. But then your music, the music itself, is like here. So I know this drawing is weird and looks assy, but what you need to do essentially, because your drums are so loud and your music is so quiet, you can basically bus everything. If you want to do it the easy way, this is how you do it. The long way is, make sure every track is dynamically solid. Oh, new Flock mod beta? What? And then it disappears. I'm stoked because Flash is going to be, dead. So basically what I'm trying to say is that you need to make your music like a this. So that way it's nice and dynamic. And again, the easier way to do it is to just bus everything that's not the sub or the drums together and then throw it into a limiter or a compressor or both. That being said, I said it. I don't know what else to say. I hope that makes sense, though. That's a good idea. I never thought it. Yeah, I mean, usually for more minimal stuff, it helps. And, a lot of the times I think, even myself in the past, I've had a lot of issues with how loud the drums and the bass are compared to the rest of the music. Yo, new Flock mod beta? Yo, Flock mod beta. Man, this person's got some skill. All right, that's cool. I'm stoked on that, actually. I need more busing for my mixdowns. So the Skrillex busing is basically, you've got a drum bus, you've got a sub bus, and then you've got everything else bus. And, the kick and the sub, they get as loud as they can, and then everything else gets louder. I think, right? This was Skrillex project file analysis. I think it's this one, right?
Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, we are going to be taking a look at and
Yo, what's up, guys?
examining, testing. All right, so check if I can.
Yeah, I think this is it. Carter also uses this. Busting and sidechain makes mixdown easier. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. And it keeps things, like, let's say your melodies are too loud, or you just kind of bring everything up and down as one. Yo, Sadok is a legend. He hasn't uploaded a video in a while, right? I remember he was like sick for a bit.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, his last video was uploaded 6 months ago, and that makes me kind of sad because I don't actually know if he's doing okay. I hope he's doing okay. All right, we got Nolith up on deck after Nolith. What's Diz?
Everything from sound design to cool plugins you need to know about to tips and tricks on Ableton. Next are going to the pre-master. And
Oh yeah,
carve
this is a much more condensed version of that. Thank you, Butsy. Like, again, regardless of if you're a fan of Skrillex's music or not, you have to acknowledge and admire his mixdowns and the intensity of them and Excuse me, the loudness. Skrillex isn't even loud. LOL. Right? Have you ever heard of Retired Orphan? Moody Good is problematically loud. Yeah, so is Retired Orphan. All right. We've got Nolith up on deck after Nolith. We've got Goldwire. Oh shit, I rolled double. We got Hash Key and Goldwire. Both of you, link me up. All right, this one from Nolith. Track is called Day 14. All right, let's check it out. Wait. How long is a fortnight? 14 days. Dude, you should call this track LOL Fortnite. Don't. Please don't. Yeah, Goldwire and Hash Key. Please link me up so I can put you on deck. Check. I only have one piece of feedback, and that's if you lower the sub bass 2 decibels, you'd gain 2 decibels of headroom for everything else. But as is, this track is awesome. This track is sick. Sick, mate. Get it to a doctor, mate, because he's well sick, innit? Yeah, dude, this is sick. Give me a second. I want to download this because I want to try just one thing with the mix down regarding the sub bass. As is, though, I don't really have any feedback. All right, let's open this up in Reason. Cool, thank you, Hashkey. Goldwire, you are also on deck. If you hear this, please link me up. All right, so all I'm thinking is something as simple as before, after, before, after. So yeah, essentially all I did was I lowered the sub bass and then turned up the whole entire track, which I think, you know, can help this track. It's not that it's overly anything, but I think that compared to other tracks, it would seem a bit dark and quiet because of how much sub bass there is. But yeah, dude, I love that track. That sounds really good. And I love your percussion. I love the rim shot. I love the mood. Awesome vocals and stuff. Yeah, that's a sick track, man. Super sick. All right, we've got Hashkey up. I guess Goldwire has fallen asleep. This one from Hashkey. Oh, Goldwire's here. Okay, cool. Goldwire, I'll put you in after Hashkey. This one from Hashkey, track is called Haunting. Let's check it out. Hope everybody's having a good day, night, whatever. Dude, this is sick. So my feedback is that the melody stuff can come up a little bit, and the master should be a little more less pumping. Yeah, not much else to say. This is aggressively dark and hard and threatening and intimidating and kind of unique, to be honest. This was Hash Key. Waking the Cadaver, basically. Yeah, thank you for sharing that one, man. Not much else to say. I did find this, though. Supposedly, this is one of the best online coaching for learning how to brie and broil properly. I mean, if you've got like thousands and thousands of dollars, then you hire, where is she? Where is she, my lady? There she is.
First started and when I first started singing.
It isn't phonating. So start with the big one.
Okay. So
Okay.
just
So you start, go. All the way down.
But yeah, she's literally the craziest. Melissa Cross. She's taught Slipknot, Stone Sour. She's taught like most of the big names how to properly scream. Paradise. Yeah, if you want to play 2 shows before busting your vocal cords. Melissa Cross. Yeah, she is the most hardcore lady. All right. We've got Goldwire up on deck after Goldwire. It's a plut. Go ahead and link me up a plut. This track is called Somewhere in France. Ha ha ha. Croissant, croissant, croissant. I'm sorry, I probably just offended like 3 people in here. No me quitte pas. Dude, this is crazy. I really like this. Couple of things that stood out to me. First one is obviously that big sub bass jump. I think it's around here. Yeah, right there. And then the other thing about the sub bass is notice how loud the sub bass is here. And then how loud it is here. So these are the two parts. The first part is here, the second part is here. So that's quite a drastic change in the sub bass. The other thing that I want to talk about is maybe the mid bass is too loud in the crunchy parts. That one is like a hair too loud. I would turn it down a decibel or two. And then, so see, this whoop is good, but then there's another one. No, it's fine. It's louder than everything else, which is the real problem. Yeah, I mean, yeah, correct. You are correct. CG Bone, it's been a while since you've seen me online. I took like a month break because I wasn't feeling great. But yeah, I've been streaming pretty much nonstop for 7 years straight. Paul, the Wolf, 8 months. 1 more month and we're going to have a baby. All right, real quick, I've been live again. And the new thing I've been doing is at the top of the hour, I take a quick break because I don't want to burn myself out. And it helps me reset my ears for a second. So while we're taking this be right back, I'm going to play for you another song from the Nolith release. This track is called Sakura. It's all good, CG Bone. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Thank you for your patience. Did I roll on deck? Yeah, we got to pull it on deck. Cool. All right, we're back. Once again, I'll link this up. The compilation comes out on the 20th, the 22nd, the 22nd, sorry. Or this release, not compilation. On the WidFam label, which we got a bunch of stuff planned for. And if you too would like to be a part of the WidFam label and believe that your tracks are ready for something like that, we have a Discord, I believe. Yeah, that should be the invite to the other Discord. So you can talk in there and figure it out. All right, right now we've got a Plut. Yeah, Big D, Harrison. I was thinking of getting him some llama stuff, but I also want to get him something that's kind of, I don't know, unique or something. Because I feel like he's got a lot of llama stuff. All right, we've got a Plut up. On deck, we've got Chark. Also, I've been live for a bit, so I'm going to reduce the subscriber luck so that some non-subs can get a little bit more luck. Because we've had a bunch of subs and maybe like only 2 non-subs. All right, this one from Plut. Track is called Bright Days. Nice. Yeah, there were a couple of things in chat that I do agree with, but again, this is a song that's already been out for a couple of months. And, I think a Plut has solidified this track and isn't going to change anything of it. But yeah, here's the link to it. I believe it's a free download. It does say free download right there. But thank you for sharing a Plut. Oh yeah, if anybody has a Twitch Prime connected to their Twitch, hit the subscribe button and it should give you the option to subscribe for free. And if you do that, not only do you get a free subscription, you get sub luck, and I get paid more than a regular subscription. So that would be real cool, mate, if you could like Twitch Prime me. All right, right now we've got Chark Tunes up. Chark, I need your link, please. Dark Matter, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And on deck after Chark, we've got Optic Sound. So see, I brought down the subluck. See here, there's a button called subluck, or there's a slider called subluck. Usually when I start scale subluck with badges, so that means the longer you've been subbed, the better chance you have. And then after an hour, I turn this off and I get this to like 5 or 6% multiply subluck. And then by the third hour, I'll do 2 times. And then if I get to 4 hours, I'll turn it all the way down to 1 time subluck. So everybody gets a chance. But you see Optic is not subscribed and he just got through. So that's, you know, it shows that it's working. I legit do not have that option. That's because you haven't connected your Twitch Prime to your Twitch account. But if you have a Twitch, if you have a Prime account on Amazon, you should be able to get free subscriptions on Twitch here. All right, we got Chark up right now. This track from Chark is called Final Final. Are you sure about that?
Boy, he thick. Oh, he coming out loud. He thick.
Yeah, dude, I don't really have any feedback for this. Paradise said he wanted more of the low notes. All I can say is, nice Fletch, bro. You taking pills for that, Fletch? Nice Fletch, bro. Yeah, not much else to say. That shit was aggressive. That shit was tight. I like it. I like it. Where do we submit the link? Optic Sound, just write in the chat if you could. That's the most helpful for me. Just pop it right in the chat there. On deck after Optic Sound, we got Zeke. Go ahead and link me up, Zeke. This one from Optic Sound. Track is called West Coast Neuroshi. Check it out. Yeah, Optic, I got nothing for you, man. This is that was really sick. He's got like criminally low follower count. So if you guys liked what you heard, please give Optic a follow. I really don't have anything to say besides that was really good. That was really, really good. All right, we got Zeke up on deck after Senor Zeke. We have Senor Dreddy Bear. Go ahead and link me up, Dreddy. This one from Zeke. Track is called Alexander. And it's a whip. Work in progress. I think if that vocal was a half semitone or a semitone lower, it would be the same pitch as the song. Ba-ba would become ba-ba. Ba-ba. Oh, careful there. Careful there, buddy. Beautiful mountainside. Would visit, but careful.
Alexander.
Dude, this is sick. I've got like 3 pieces of feedback, I think. This part sub feels like it's louder than the other parts. Right, because it is. Oh, maybe not. All right, so here's my 3 pieces of feedback. Number 1. Bop bop should be bop bop. It's off by a semitone. The next piece of feedback is
Alexander.
that sound, not the upper part of it, but the lower part of the mid bass. It's nothing too bad, but it's starting to conflict a little bit with your kick and your sub. So consider just bringing down that low harmonic a couple of decibels with an EQ or something. And then the last piece of feedback is that for some reason, I guess it's perceived because of the notes that are playing. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I had issues with the sub bass, but I guess it's fine. What's up, Easy Baked? Thanks for coming by. But yeah, Zeke, I think that this has a lot of potential, and for something without really a mix on top of it, I think that with a mix, this could really, be brought to another level of potential. So thank you for sharing. All right, right now we've got Dreddy Bear up, and on deck after Dreddy Bear, we've got Oots Maloots. Dude, what is this? I love it, but what in the heck is what the heck? I'll tell you what, boy. All right, this one from Dreddy Bear. Track is called Denver. Let's check it out. Oh, come on. That was just the sound that my chair makes when I fart. All right, listen. This was solid, Dreddy Bear. My only feedback is the intro should be quieter. It gets a little boomy in the mids, and it gets a little bit loud in general. Dead kill. All you have to do is type !raffle in the chat. You'll be thrown into this list of really sexy people. And then when I press the button, we roll. So there we go. Press the button. Zach Rumble is up because Oots Maloots is not here. Yeah, Dreddy, everything else about that was sick, including the fart. Very good fart. Like, well-recorded fart. Like, nice, good fiber in your diet fart. All right, Zach, if you're here and you haven't gone to sleep yet, and on deck after Zach, we've got Buka's finest. I'm going to text Buka's because I don't think he's awake. Well, let's see. Buka's finest. Just uploading, mate. Use breaking the rules, mate. You're supposed to have it uploaded well before. Buka's is here. Wow, what time is it in Germany? Time in Germany. What, mate? It's way past your bedtime, mate. You should be snoring in it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
The Whittler Whisper, okay. All right. We'll do Buka's and then we'll do Zach afterwards because Zach is uploading his still. All right, this one from Buka's. It's a remix. Oh, sorry. This one is a remix of Josie Devil's track Mold. Let me see if I could pull this up without showing the whole URL. Yeah. All right, so we're about to listen to this. Buka's finest remix of Josie Devil Mold. I already like. Oh, I like already. what it is about your kick and sub, but why is it better than any kick and sub I've ever made? Like right there, just why is that better than anything I could do? Alright, we're gonna take a listen to the second drop as well. So happy with, dude, this kick sub is probably the best I've heard in a long time. Hey, what's up, Mark? Good to see you. Second drop still needs work. Well, if you go on Craigslist, I know they're giving out a lot of jobs. Book's finest. Yeah, you should totally dissect this one on stream. So if you guys want to sound just like the silly German, he's got 2 sample packs that are really good. We'll link them up in chat. Bukas, the reason I plug you so much is because I love you, and you're one of my favorite artists. You're as talented as you are tall. And he's very tall. Only 5'3", my ass. Also, I gotta play this for you. If you guys haven't seen this, I know I'm like shilling really hard for Bukas, but
oh hi, my name's Book's Finest, and I want to welcome you to the world of silly sounds. Enjoy. So, we got sounds of wood. Let's check it out. This is a nice stick, isn't it? Another one. That's amazing. We also got sounds of metal. What the heck? What? I was a skateboarder for 14 years, so of course, we also have sounds of skateboarding. We also got sounds of hyperspeed cyber rockets. Oh my god. We also have Foley sounds. Hey! Yeah. Wow. in addition to that, we got sounds of the wild.
All right. I'm done. This Bukas, you're so cute, buddy. You're so cute. All right, up now we've got Rumble on deck. After Rumble, we've got Ployd. Mr. Ployd. All right, this one from Zach. It's called Super Loud. No, it's called Whip. I want to pronounce this right. I don't want to offend him. Whip as official title. Check it out. All right, since this track doesn't have an intro, I'll make one right now. Oh, it just ends abruptly like that. All right. So you're looking for atmospheres. Let me show you a quick tip about Massive. All I'm doing right now is post-processing it because I kind of know what it wants to be. All right. Let's take off the post-processing really quick. Now, the thing about Massive that a lot of people don't know about is you could put your weed in there. No. So there's a thing here called randomize. And so if you click this button and this button and this button and this button, this button, and then you press, I forgot what to press after that. Oh, and then you press this button. You'll get a random sound. Then obviously you want to fix the envelope. So let's turn on some processing, cut out the low end, put some reverb on it, and compress and limit it. Then don't forget, if you want, obviously, for it to be able to pitch around. How do you do this here? Pitch band up and down. And yeah, you just go back to global and randomize again. This would probably need even less low end. Right, and just throw that on top of your track. The track's loud as fuck, hold on. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but you can do that in Massive. So yeah, Zach, I think you could obviously throw a bunch of stuff on here. Another quick tip: what I use this randomizer for a lot is, let me teach you guys a little trick. I call it the infinite generated riser. So this might take a couple of steps, but I'd like to show you this. So first, you start off with a Massive. Then you make sure the envelope 4 is turned all the way up. You turn up some attack. Then you go over to the oscillator, make sure it goes up and down, either 12 or 24 semitones. So that way when you pitch bend, okay. So then you lay down a note. You lay down a note as long as you need it to be. Okay. And then you automate the pitch bend from the bottom to the top. All right, so this is pretty basic pitch bend. Boring as hell. So what you do is you go into the randomizer, you click all these buttons, you randomize, and then yeah, the only real processing I like to do to it is, cut the lows out. Maybe put a little bit of distortion and a tiny bit of reverb. What's up, Zenith? I'm doing pretty good. And then maybe like another dynamic processor. OTT, bruv. Oh, shit. OTT, bruv. And then, yeah, you could just, you don't like that one, randomize it again. And I'll, obviously you can make it shorter or longer. And the other thing that's really great about it is it doesn't necessarily even have to be a riser. It could be a faller. It could be whatever you want it to be. Faller would be, the pitch bend going the other way. Where'd I get that OTT skin? I made it. I could send it to you, but I think you have to, something with the DLL file on PC. Oh wait, are you on Mac, Bukas? Shit, that's loud. But yeah, it's really useful for effects, motion, Foley. Yeah, you're on PC. I have no idea how to do it on PC. I know how to do it on Mac, but I could still send you the image of it if you want. It's Bro TT. Hark, Triton, hark. What's a Timberman wanting to do with being a wiki? Probably going to release this for free at some point because of the sample. Any feedback welcome. So because of the sample, never mind. No comment. But starting January, some news coming. On deck after Ployd, we've got Dead Kel Music. Go ahead and link me up. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Zach. Good stuff.
What? 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 Let Neptune strike ye dead, Winslow! Attention! Hark! Bellow! Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full, foul in his fury. Black waves teeming with salt foam to smother this young mouth with punch and slime. To choke ye, engorging your organs till ye turn blue.
So my only real piece of feedback is the main mid bass. Could use a little more fundamental. Or maybe not more fundamental. But you have kind of a scoop here. So what I would personally do Arthas, thank you for 43 months. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. So, in my head, this is what your sub bass looks like, or your mid bass looks like by itself. Okay, here's the sub bass. Okay. I think your mid bass looks something like this in my head, where it's got a lot of high end, pretty decent root note, but then there's this kind of dip. So personally, what I would do is this come down a little bit. This will then balance out, right? Because this will be a little straighter. And then just maybe bring this up a tad, and then you could decide how loud or quiet the mid bass should be. But essentially, what I'm trying to say is that instead of being like smiley faced, your mid bass should be like root note a little bit louder and then kind of flattened off at the rest of the way. Also, if you really want to, you can just turn it into a really ugly monster. Oh, you know who that looks like? It looks like that dude from Arthur. What was his name? Somebody knows what his name is. All right. Ployd, anything else that you wanted to talk about, or Binky? Yeah, Binky. Binky Barnes. Binky Barnes. Binky motherfucking Barnes. Holy shit, Binky. Dab on them haters, Binky. Fills and mids, yeah. The thing about the fills, though, that I would consider is, like, a lot of times people put fills, like, in the song, and that's fine. Obviously, they put it in the song. But sometimes what really helps set a fill apart from the rest of the track is, like, you know, that section that's a fill, none of the rest of the sounds in the rest of the song should go in there. It should be the fill plus any new sounds. And then afterwards you cut back to the song. And it really creates this kind of like switch up for a second. And I think that's kind of a really cool setup, especially for, you know, such an aggressive track. Remember your set in Minot, Maine at Equinox? Not specifically, but I remember it was a good show. I remember that was a fun show. Move it, football head. All right. Thank you for sharing that one. We've got Dead Kel music up. And you know what? It's almost the top of the hour. I'm going to take one last quick break before we continue here. Appreciate your guys' patience. I'll be right back. action. Right now we've got Dead Kel music up, and on deck after Dead Kel, Uncle Kev. Dead Kev and Uncle Kel. All right, this one from Dead Kel. Track is called Whip Wednesday. Check it out. Wait, he said he sent the wrong track. All right. So the real track is called Threats. Let's check it out. Hashtag Angie? Angie? And gay?
I know you know where they are, so tell me. Before I do some damage you won't walk away from.
Don't you get smart with me, you little prick. I will shit in you.
Yeah, dude, this is sick. The only two things I could say is that the mastering on this could use a little bit of less limiting. And the only other thing is that these 8-bit type chirpy chiptune sounds. Those sounds, I don't know if you could tell, but there's a little bit too loud harshness up in here from about 11K up to 20K. It just gets a little bit piercing, and I think that if you rolled it off with a low pass, it wouldn't hurt the sound. It would only make it less harsh on the ears.
I know you know where they are, so tell me. Before I do some damage you won't walk away from.
smart with me, you little prick. I will shit in you.
Yeah, dude, this is really good. Again, just a little bit of limiter pumping and a little bit of harshness in those chip tunes. I've shown this before, so I might not show it again if you guys don't want to. But if there's someone in chat who wants to see this, I can give a quick example of what limiter pumping is and how it affects a track. Quick shout out, your music means a lot to me, and you've been teaching me so much about what I love, and I thank you. You have no idea how much it helps my mental state, I guess. Hope is all good and well with your family. Your tunes get me high. That's very kind of you, Tibley. It's great to know that, you know, I can do for others what many others can do for me. So round and round. Round and round we go. All right, we got Uncle Kev up. If you don't mind, yeah, I don't mind at all to explain how limiter pumping works. So this is the example that I like to give. Let's open up two serums, and we're going to bust them together. We're going to bust them together so that both of them are going to the same channel, which is going to be quote unquote your master. Now, in here, I'm going to do two things. One of them is going to represent your music, which is just going to be this noise here. Okay, so let's record in some noise. All right, so there's our quote-unquote track. Now, on the second channel, I'm going to make a bass because a lot of the times it's the kick and the bass or the snare that's going to cause the pumping. So let's go ahead and load up a sine wave here. Oop, wrong channel. Let's load up a sine wave here. Okay, so we've got our bass. Now, limiter pumping happens when your bass triggers the limiter before your music does. So let me put a limiter on here. Now, here's just the white noise. Guess I should make the white noise a little louder so that it's obvious. Okay, so there's your track, right? Humming along, that's fine. I want to put a limiter right at the top of that. Barely reducing a little bit. Great. But now when my sub plays, see it's reducing a lot. And when they both play, that's what happens. Let's go over to Spectre, and you'll see what I mean by pumping. So here's your track playing. So does that make sense? Where your limiter will catch whatever's loudest and turn it down. It doesn't discriminate based on what the mixer channel is doing. It you know, if you've got your whole song going into the master, it doesn't discriminate each individual track. It does the track as a whole. So when you have something louder than the rest of the sounds going into a limiter, it will duck those sounds. So that's when I hear pumping, is when, you know, let's say the music is playing, and again, this is your really cool song, and then the sub comes in. So that's about it. I've never seen green on there. I love how people call this green. It is, but shit, I don't even see it as green. So that's about it. I hope that helped a little bit in understanding. And Slingwave, thank you so much for 10 months. Paradise. I love you, Paradise. Appreciate you. You're using your sub to duck your full tune on the master chain, so keep from pumping. You need to ensure your sub isn't the loudest part of the track. For the most part, yes. You need to make sure that your sub is sitting not too loudly in the mix. And also, what it also means is that you need to turn your limiter threshold up so that it's not ducking. What I'm basically saying is you could set your limiter to the volume of your bass, and that way, your sub bass, and that way, no matter what, it won't really pump. Have a good one, TJ. Clipping is more destructive, right? So clipping, you could do the same thing with clipping and it wouldn't reduce the volume of the noise, but it would create a ton of distortion in the sub bass. So that could be more of a creative decision rather than a technical decision. But in the long run, if your limiter is pumping, it's most likely because of your sub bass, and then secondary, it's probably because of your kick. If anybody is still confused about that, hop in the Discord. Put that in the chat. This Discord that I have is really good, and I'm not just saying that. I've been into a lot of Discords, and this one is really good. It's got a lot of interactivity, a lot of members. It's got a lot of down-to-earth people. If you're struggling or having a hard time with life, you can hop into the Rant or Vent channel, and a lot of times, just typing it out and having someone reply to it is a super good way to get through some things, especially in weird COVID times. But yeah, go into tutorials and tech talk and just ask, like, how does a limiter pumping occur? And I'll try to be able to answer that a little bit more in depth. Yeah. You would hear the problem as distortion rather than pumping, which is more obvious. Agreed. And that's why I think it's sometimes good to produce, instead of producing into a mastering patch, produce into a clipper, and then reduce the threshold to a little bit below zero. And that way, if something is too loud and it starts distorting, you can catch that really quick. So if your sub bass is too loud compared to your track, it will distort and you'll hear that. So yeah, I prefer to put a clipper on the master than my mastering itself. All right, we've got Uncle Kev up on deck. After Uncle Kev, we got Orchestrobe. If you're still here, I always call him Orchestrobe. It's Orchestrobe. Go ahead and link me up. This one from Uncle Kev, it's called All You Gotta, and it's 129 BPM.
All you gotta do is hold. All you gotta do is hold.
Dude, this is solid. I only really have one piece of feedback. It's half technical and half creative. So during the 4/4 parts, the song in the low end is being carried by the kick drum, right? The bass is nice and short, which works well with the kick drum playing nonstop. All right, let me play a section. Right, the low end is really solid. Now, what I think you could do for the switch is have a longer decay and maybe a shorter release on it, on the sub, because this part it gets kind of, you know, spacious, especially like here. So like that low end, I'll do a little quick drawing. Your sub looks like that, and I think for the slower, the slow down parts should be more like that. That makes sense. And then what you can do is a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and then you could be a nice sweaty boy. I can hear what Big Sister is saying. On the ups, you want some like sound. Oh, what? Anyway, thank you for sharing that one, Uncle Kev. Really good stuff. All right, we got Orchestrobe up. Orchestrobe, you need to give me a link that's got like /s after it. /dash s. Tiny wee bit of shuffle. Is that what you mean by things off the beat? Who said things off the beat? Can I have the Discord link again? Yeah, Tibley. That link should still work, but if it doesn't, let me make another link right now. This link should work for another hour, but the other link should work, you know, all the time. All right, here we go. This one from Orchestrobe. Orchestrobe. Track is called Gathering, and let's check it out. Yeah, dude, that's really beautiful. That's a beautiful track. My only feedback is that it feels like the master is getting distorted a little bit with how loud the sub is. The second piece of feedback is these two notes specifically have a lot of mids and need to be basically looked at, maybe using a dynamic EQ or something. But that's about it, dude. I don't have much else to say. It's a really good track. And on that note, unfortunately, I'm going to head out because I'm freaking starving. I might be live again tomorrow after I get my guitar. And do like a metal stream, which is a really good way to alienate all my viewers. But right now, if you want feedback, if you want to continue feedback, we're going to go over to Kill the Noises stream. He's doing feedback right now with Mike Diva.
Yeah. This is definitely maybe like.
So go ahead and, ask him for feedback. I'm not sure how his thing works, but nice. What are you getting? I got some Thai food waiting for me. Some spicy chicken and rice. Much love, guys. Catch you next time.